Hello, my beautiful ladies. Thank you so much for being here in this YouTube channel where we speak about the art of seduction, the art of influence, and the art of communication. And I'm so excited to host a webinar on 29th November, which is absolutely for free. I will leave the link below so you can download a free self-confidence masterclass and guide, and you're welcome to register for the webinar which is happening 29th of November. It's actually free, so I'm happy to see you, especially for my members of Roza Club. I'm very excited to see you guys. 8th of December we start our 6 weeks program where I will teach you ladies all the secret intelligent classified techniques, so they're not available for public, which I studied when I was 18 years old and I was enrolled to a special program in the military academy. And I feel like this is my sort of mission to empower women. Why? Because imagine that I was 18 years old. I was very nerdish. I was very shy. I didn't know how to speak with men. In fact, I was virgin. I didn't even kiss a boy till 18 years old. Then I come to this military academy, right? If you heard my podcast To Die For, I tell the whole story, my biography. We're actually working right now on the book, so it's coming out next year. But coming back to the point, so I was very ugly duckling, okay? And we're supposed to be this future female agents, super, and it's not about the appearance, it's not about the beauty, it's about self-confidence. It's about how to be able to present yourself in the right way, how to enter the room in the way to be noticed, if you want to be noticed, of course, because I was working in the department combating human and drugs trafficking. So I was sort of the bait. I was the one who would infiltrate criminal gangs, get information, deliver this information to my commander, and then they would arrest criminals. But before that, I had to present myself in a way where the criminal leader would be seduced by me, so would trust me, would be willing to share this information with me 100%, with the desire to share whatever was going on in his life, with his job. I was the one who would seduce the target. But before that, I would need to establish the trust. And why I know these techniques work? Because, first of all, if you listen to the podcast To Die For, you will see the transition where I've been an ugly duckling and I came to the point where after learning these techniques, which actually empowered me, I was a completely different person. I became confident. I became strong. I became independent, have my inner support, where your inner support is the most important. And now, sitting here in Thailand, I actually was invited to open the runway show for a Thai brand during L Fashion Week, literally at the first day, which is a big honor. And I was very, pleased to be invited. And the feedback which I got from all these people sitting, and I think there were maybe like about 300 people. So it's a lot of people looking at the first model who is opening a fashion show. And the feedback was this: oh my God, you've been so confident, you walk so confidently, you walk so cool. How did you do this? And were you nervous at all? The answer is yes, of course. I was a little bit nervous, and it's normal. It's our human reaction, right? But when you have your inner support, when you know how to empower yourself before an important moment of your life, for example, before the first date, to give the right impression, or to get a new job at the job interview, also to give the right impression, or for example, you pitch your startup or your new business and to get investments. So all these strategies are the same. The thing is, when you know how to do it, you can literally do it for yourself in 5 minutes. So it took me literally like 5 minutes to get to my inner strengths, to have my inner support, to present this fashion brand successfully and open the fashion week, which is one of the, actually it's like the only one fashion week in Thailand, uh, with so many press and photographers and celebrities and so many people in fashion. That's a big deal, right? But just before that, a couple weeks ago, I was invited to give a public speech in Vatican City in front of politicians, ministers, billionaires and multimillionaires, very successful people, scientists, and same story. I gave my speech so confidently. I had exactly the same feedback. They asked me, "How did you do it? Did you prepare so well?" Like, because to be honest, okay, I don't want to say it like, but that's the feedback I got. Um, so many people came to me and they said like, "Oh my God, there were like a few speakers, but your speech was the best. How did you do it? Like, what's your secret? Why are you so confident?" But the thing is, I wasn't confident at all when I was 18 years old. And it's not about like, oh, now you're much older. Now I'm 40 years old. And that's why. No, guys, it's not about that. It's about these techniques, learning it, practicing it, and become the best version of yourself. Practice makes it perfect. So if you practice these techniques on a daily basis, it will take you about maybe 20, 30 minutes, okay, in the beginning. But what will happen, you anchor yourself, you program your brain for the success, you program your brain for uh, being confident, have the inner support, and hence it will take you less and less and less time to get to this, momentum, to this mood. One of the anchor which I always share and I always use, and it's the most effective, it's actually a programming brain technique, it's actually anchoring as well technique. So you place the anchor on your body. I choose this little finger, this is my spot, and if I feel that I'm stressed or I'm nervous or I need to present myself in the right way in front of the big crowd of people, I simply press this spot, my anchor. But before that, you need to program your brain to actually remember this spot. By the way, you can program yourself and you can program also anyone else. You can program your man, you can program your kids, you can program your even colleagues, basically anyone. Depends from the places of the body where you actually put this anchor. But it's not just the anchor on the body. I also have audible anchor where I tell myself my anchor word. So for example, my anchor word, I say to myself, "Aliia, you're the best." And that moment, I also press this anchor on my little finger. So how does it work? Right now, please close your eyes and with me, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You see how relaxed you are? Again, inhale and exhale. And remember the moment of your life where you felt the best. It could be anything. You got the best grade in the school. You passed the exam with a good mark, or maybe you got your new job, or maybe it was the best date where you felt the most confident. So visualize yourself that moment. Remember that moment. Remember what kind of emotions did you have. Remember what kind of mood did you have. Remember what you were wearing. What kind of hairstyle did you have? What was your makeup that time? What was your day before getting to that point? Remember that moment so vividly and bring this moment right now here to this present moment. Find on your body a spot which you will anchor right now and tell yourself loudly the word. Try to find a short word. I use I'm the best. I use sometimes I'm the queen, depends from the situation. So choose the word and tell it to yourself. Okay? Did you do it? So now you have your audible anchor, which is your word, and you have also anchor on your body. Okay? After this video, try to do it a few times, better every single day when you wake up, because our brain just waking up and you kind of like program your brain. And also it's good to do it before you go to bed as well, just to remember. So let your brain to remember this anchor. And your homework is, once you will do it at least 3-5 times, I would like you to try it when you will go out. Doesn't matter anywhere. You can go out to the grocery store, or for a date, or for a business meeting, or just to hang out with your friends. And try to do the same procedure what I just told you to do. And you will see how your mood will change. You will see how confident you will be. So this is only one of the technique which I'm sharing with you right now, which we've learned as secret agents to do, and which also like helps me so much every single time I need to do public speaking, or if I go to the red carpet, or when I meet new people, or when I open a runway show. This helps me a lot. And believe me, there was one story with one of my students who was working with me for about a year. So we had our Zoom sessions, and I invited her to Cannes Film Festival for the movie. It was actually opening film festival ceremony in Cannes in 2023. And I have to say to you, she was in a really bad condition when we just met. She was in a very abusive relationship with the young guy. She's about 28 years old, from the UK. So the guy was manipulating her. He actually took money from her. So before we met, she thought that she would get married with him, but she was not happy. She didn't know what something was going wrong, but she didn't know. I have to say that she's from a wealthy family, so the guy obviously saw a great future wife who would pay for his life. And then we started to work with her. She actually came to me asking me to help her to get this guy as a husband, to make him to propose her. So when we started to work with her, I didn't tell her, but after our work, she realized that this is the wrong guy. She realized that he used her for her money. She realized that she was in manipulative, toxic relationships, but she didn't get it in the beginning, right? She understood it like after I think like we had like at least 5 sessions, and then I invited her just to boost her self-esteem and self-confidence, because this is, was such a big moment in her life, to walk the red carpet with big stars. Before that, I helped her to get ready with my team, with my glam team, makeup, hair. My stylist helped her with the dress, so she was ready. So we are in the car. We arrive by the car to the red carpet, and that moment when she comes out from the car, she tells me, she takes my hand and she tells me, "Oh my God, I cannot do it." So she sees this enormous amount of photographers on one side, on another side. I don't know how many of them, but like I think about like 500 photographers pointing cameras at you, and she's like, that moment she almost lost it. She's like, she almost started to cry, and she's like, "I cannot do it. I'm scared." So I gave her exactly this technique which I shared with you right now, the anchor technique. So I brought her into that moment where she felt the best, you know, in the past. So I brought that moment to the present, and she walked the red carpet like a queen, like a celebrity. And that boosted her self-confidence and her self-esteem. So now, guys, she is like a fashion model. So she works for fashion brands. She won Miss something in London. So she won the beauty pageant. She was on the cover of magazines. She started to do public speaking. She actually did a public speaking in United Nations. Imagine how proud I am as a coach, but imagine how her life has changed during these 2 years. Like literally from that moment she started to work with me, she realized that she's with the wrong man. Of course, she got rid of him very quickly. But imagine if she wouldn't do that. Imagine if she would still, if she would get married to this guy. Imagine that. So her life has changed in a better way. I can tell you right now, she is really the best version of herself. I'm so proud of her achievements. And I know these techniques work because it worked on me, and it works on so many of my students. Because, as you know, I have a Roza club, and we have about 5,000 members right now, which is such a big, you know, such a big, amazing love. It's so beautiful, and I'm so happy to be also, guiding these ladies, teaching them and sharing my experience, and also sharing with you guys experience of my students, like of my girls, basically. And this is amazing. Like this is amazing, amazing life, amazing experience. And the most important also, when you are self-confident, you know how to say no. And this is number one, the power to say no. If you don't want to do it, if you don't like to do it, or if you feel like this is not the right thing for you, but because we raised as, females sometimes in these backgrounds where, our parents taught us not to speak out due to religious, reasons, or society, or whatever. And as little girls, we have to be obedient, so we cannot say no. Oh, what if I will say no? Then I would be judged, or I would be criticized. And how many of us women, we are in this position where we cannot speak out or tell what we really feel or what we really want? So that's why self-confidence is so important. And I do strongly recommend, please download this master video class for free, which I recorded for you. And also the guide is there, the ebook. It's very easy to read. So I wrote it also for you to understand the psychology also, and also understand where your power is, how to be more feminine, and how to stand for yourself. Because, as I said, self-love, self-esteem is the most important, and this is the foundation of everything. If you are confident enough, you will never be manipulated by anyone or in any circumstances. You will see the BS straight away, because when men BS you in the beginning, they were like, oh, I want to marry, I want to have family, I want to have kids, or like, oh, like I want to present to you like the whole world, so like present to you like, you know, cars and diamonds and whatever, and then you get into the relationship and like nothing going on, but you already wasted your time. That's the most important. Your time is your biggest value, is your biggest asset, and your time is priceless. So you don't want to waste your time, right? You don't want to invest your time into someone who doesn't deserve it. So that's why I'm very direct. Even on the first meeting, I always say what I want, and this is important, because if you don't state what you want, people obviously don't know. So they will try to drag you into what they want, and you don't want that. You want to have a collaboration, partnership. So if you say what you want, and this potential partner in romantic or business relationship says what he wants, and if it has a mutual interest, then it can work out. But if you don't say what you want, then he tells you what you want, and he kind of like pushes you, and sort of like it's also manipulation, and you kind of like get into this relationship, business or romantic, and then you understand like, oh, it was waste of time. It's very important for you to, even on the first meeting with anyone, to see and read the person for your time, for your energy, for yourself, because you know we live in a beautiful, amazing world. There are like more than 6, 7, like already billion people. You don't have time for everybody, right, to speak and connect and all this. So you need to be very precise. If you're looking for a husband, you cannot go and meet all of them and waste, you know, your time for so many dates, where eventually after some time, maybe years, sometimes students come to me after like 5, 7 years we've been living together and he doesn't propose me. And imagine like we find out eventually, and she finds out that she understands that this is not the right man. But if she would see the red flags in the beginning, where she closed her eyes because she didn't want to believe or see, or because he was, you know, so adorable and nice, and she was hoping that he will change, or she will change him, this is a total mistake. You don't want to waste your time on people who tell you whatever, and believe me, you cannot change people. Nobody can change anyone unless this person wants to change himself. In this case, if he comes to you and says like, I want to, you know, change my life, and I want to be better, and I would like to do it like together, or maybe you can help me, okay, I understand that. But you know, if he tells you something and you think, oh, I can change him, this will not work. Don't waste your time. So my beautiful ladies, I'm looking forward to seeing you on 29th of November for a free webinar. You can ask me any questions there. I'm so, you know, happy to answer, because I have so many also ladies for one-to-one sessions, and I think that when we are in the group, it's really cool. So I actually do it first time. Guess what? This is first time, because I honestly, I'll tell you, I really there's so many ladies who come to me, and I simply don't have time for one-to-one anymore. And that's why I think like it's better to do it in the group, so also women can meet each other and also share their stories and empower each other. It's a community, it's a club where you also can connect, you also can become friends, or maybe business partners, who knows, or maybe like, you know, you maybe you're from the same city, or maybe you're from the same like country, or maybe you do the same you know, business, or you have the same hobby, interest. It's amazing. So let's empower each other. I'll see you soon. I will, you know, I will tell you everything I've learned, everything I know. Happy to share that, and lots of love, and see you soon, ladies. Bye bye.